Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody is good and have been hiking, swimming, kayaking, jumping out of airplanes, just doing whatever you do to live life. I just wanted to do a short video today to kind of talk about something that I know something firsthand. As I'm here getting some maps ready for some upcoming through hikes and long distance hikes that I'm going to be taking on here. And as I'm also getting ready to turn the big 5-0 here in a couple weeks, I wanted to put a video together, something that I really would know something about, and that's how to take on a through hike your first time in your 40s and 50s. All of my through hikes have been in my 40s because I'm not quite 50 yet. But I wanted to talk about it. Those who have read my book, The Birth of a Thru-Hiker, know some of the trials and tribulations I've been through. Definitely have had my fair share of obstacles and things go wrong in those through hikes. And I have persevered to put quite a few of them underneath my belt and quite a few more to come. Can't wait for this decade and the thousands of miles that it should bring, God willing. But I wanted to talk about some of the things needed to through hike in the 40s and 50s. Some of the things that you need to do and how to do it. First off, there's 7 of them. The first one, something not really, and before I get into it, let me tell you, a lot of these, you might think, oh, well, that's something for every through hiker, and it's true. These are all, a lot of them are something that a lot of through hikers, no matter what their age, could use. A different level maybe with each age group and how that's utilized. I'm only talking about in your 40s and 50s. And the first one is have a reason, have a purpose. And this will segue into the second one. But what I mean by this, for an example, when I took on the AT the second time, it was the 20th anniversary of my daughter passing. I basically did the through hike in her memory for her, and because she was one of the strongest forces in my life that made me who I am today. And I did that through hike in her memory. So why am I saying that that's such a big thing? It's a big thing because it's harder to quit when you're doing it for someone else, when you're doing it for a different cause. Doing it for yourself, you're like, I tried, I did my best, but now I'm going to quit. I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a break. And once you take a break or go home, it's hard to leave and get back out on the trail. I'm not saying you can't do those things, but if you have a reason or a purpose, it just takes you up to this level as far as, well, I can't quit. I'm doing this for my daughter, or I'm doing this for the other thing I've done for is osteoporosis. Awareness. You might be doing it for MS. You might be doing it for diabetes. You might be doing it to bring whatever cause you have, or maybe just in memory of someone that meant something to you. I've known people that have went out and through hiked for their friend who might have been killed in action or killed in an accident, and they wanted to do this thing for them that they knew they always wanted to do. It's a lot harder to give up on your dream and give up on yourself when you are also doing it for someone else or for another purpose. And that segues me into number 2, and that is simply stay mentally strong. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is we're in our 40s and 50s. We didn't get to our 40s and 50s by getting weaker as life went on. Our bodies have went down. Our speed has went down. Dexterity, balance, all has went down. One thing that we always have, though, is our mental strength. It actually grows as we get older because we've been through so much. You've probably raised a family. You've probably had heartache. You've probably lost. You probably had tragedy. You probably had health problems by this age. You have a mental toughness that extends what your physical toughness is in most cases. If not, it's in there, you just haven't tapped into it because you've been through so much at this point. That is one of your strengths. I remember when I started off in the PCT And it was a near-death experience on day one that I had to get rescued from. I was done. I was like, man, if I live through this, I'm not finishing. Well, that changed as soon as I got out of the hospital. I'm like, well, I'm definitely going back and I'm definitely finishing this. And that was just one thing after another that happened that year. Osteoporosis, they found I had that after I had broken my back, all part of day one. And the violent illness that hit me on day one that landed me in a hospital and emergency room. I wouldn't quit. That's not how I was going out. I was going to go as long and strong as I could. Now, the thing is up to that point, I'd already been through all kinds of health issues. I was in horrible shape. Horrible. Not that I was ever in good shape, because I was a drinker and I was a smoker, and I had given up the smoking. I was still struggling with giving up drinking and walking away from it, or at least lightening how much I drank. So this was a big deal, and I wasn't in the greatest of health. So I said something in the very beginning, and that was, I'm not the fastest person you'll ever see. I'm not the strongest person you'll ever see physically, but you'll be really hard pressed to find anybody mentally stronger than me. Why do I say that? Because I have a no quit attitude. We all have that. It's whether you want to tap into it or not. I don't have something special that somebody else doesn't have. We all have that mental fortitude and strength inside of us. Tap into it. Because here's the thing. Turning 50 in a couple weeks, I am the strongest I have ever been in my life, including my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. Why do I say that? Because it didn't start out that way just a few years ago on the PCT. I only had mental strength. But because of my mental strength, everything else falls in line. Don't go out there thinking, oh, I'm so strong, and I can do this, I can whip it, I work out in the gym every day, because you'll crash and burn. I'm just telling you right now, I've seen it hundreds of times. You'll crash and burn, because at the end of the day, this is the battle on a through hike, is your mind. You have to know that no matter what happens, you're going to keep pushing through. The strength of your body will catch up. The speed of your body, the balance of your body will catch up. The mind, though, is where it needs to be. Number 3, in our 40s and 50s, we've had lives of maybe drinking a lot. We've obviously had lives of our bodies kind of going backwards because we're getting older. And more so than ever, especially on a through hike, because you're walking long miles, you're sweating more, you're losing salts, you're losing the things that's really necessary for our bodies, is staying hydrated. That's what actually landed me in the hospital on day one of the PCT. I had a stomach flu. That made me very ill. The problem is that led to dehydration. Nothing I could do about it. That was a weird thing. But because of that, I know how important hydration is. We, as older people, not old, but older, have came to a certain way of doing our lives that, in our 20s and 30s, we might not have needed as much hydration. We need a lot of hydration. And even more importantly, you need a lot of electrolytes. What it causes, and let me go into this. I won't go too far into hydration, but number 1 is never wait till you're thirsty. Stay hydrated to stay above it. Because once you get to the point of feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So stay on that. And a good rule of thumb is a liter for every 4 miles. Sometimes it's 3 miles for some people. Sometimes it's 5 miles. You got to find your perfect spot. Stay with that. The more you sweat, the more hot it is, the more you need to drink. Electrolytes, at least 1 out of every 2 liters or 1 out of every 3 liters to replenish the salts and the minerals that you're losing as you're on that hike. Very important, because it helps you stay focused. It helps your mind stay strong. It helps you not be dizzy. It helps your balance. All very important things. But another thing that it really helps, and this will lead into one of the other points I'm going to make, but simply it helps your digestive areas of your body work. The digestive system, that's the word I was trying to look for. It helps it work better. You don't want to get out there and get constipated while you're hiking 10, 15, 20 miles a day. It's not fun. It messes your whole system up. It gives you headaches. It's just not good. You can't eat. You feel sick. You stop being able to drink. You don't want that to happen. So you need to stay hydrated so that the intestines, so that everything inside you works properly. Because you'll see the more you work, the more regular you get. But hydration is a big part of that. So stay hydrated, stay above it, so that all these other things work properly. And that leads me into the food part of it. You always want to eat as strong as you can. Now, I'm not perfect on that. I eat a lot of donuts when I'm on the trail because I burn a lot of calories. I do 20, 25, 30-mile days. I burn 6,000 calories a day. There's no way I'm going to be able to eat that much on the trail. So I eat a lot of donuts to give me calories and carbs. But besides that, I'm eating a lot of meats and proteins and peanut butter, which is protein, tuna, which is protein. I'm eating a lot of, you want to put a lot of protein in your body. Keep pounding the protein in as you're pounding calories to keep yourself going, 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day, because you're burning more than that. But then when you get to town every few days, make up for that. Pound all kinds of food and calories into you, but make sure they're good, healthy calories, not just a dozen donuts like I've done before. Eat your salads, eat your vegetables, eat your potatoes, all the things that you need, which is potassium, magnesium, all the vitamins and minerals that vegetables give you. And that also helps with your hydration as well. Very important at our age that we eat the right foods and not just eat cheeseburger and fries on the trail, because that will make you crash and burn very quickly as well. Going back to the hydration thing, I know a lot of people like to drink and get beers and, whatever else. That is not me. I don't really like to drink while I'm on the trail or even on a town day because it really dehydrates you. And I have a problem with dehydration anyway, I won't get into. So I really have to be careful with staying on top of it. I stay away from that. Remember, caffeine also brings a lot of dehydration into you and speeds up that dehydration process. Another big one, which I guess this is number 5, is stretching. Nobody likes to do it. Everybody needs to do it. Simple stretches at the end of the day, like touching your toes, holding it there, pulling your leg up, leaning against a tree to stretch those legs out. Kind of doing the squat where you're like this. I would show you right now, but that's for a different video. Anything you can do, and I'll tell you, the standing up and touching your toes is one of the best ones you could do for your knees. It gets the back of the hamstring. It just stretches everything out. So after you're done, always try to stretch when you're warm. You can stretch when you're cold as well, but it's really important when you're warm. So when you get done with your day and you're setting up camp, do a good 10, 15 minutes of stretching before you eat your dinner or right after you eat your dinner. You'll thank me for it. Your legs go much longer. As with all the pains I get, sometimes my back, sometimes, my feet and arches will hurt me and so forth, especially my back. But all the pains I get, I rarely ever have leg problems because I'm stretching it all the time and I'm doing 20, 25, 30-mile days. Very important. Another big one for all of us in our age, all of us that's through hiking period, but especially in our age, because a lot of us have become insomniacs by this age, and we could get by in a couple hours sleep. You can get by in a couple hours sleep. I often get by in a couple hours sleep. Sometimes I wake up at midnight, can't get back to sleep while I'm camping. And, I take off at 2 or 3 in the morning because I can't sleep anymore. That's okay once in a while. It's not okay night after night. You are wearing your body out. You're burning it out. You're not putting enough vitamins and food back in. Possibly getting a form of dehydration going. You're just getting exhausted. And then you don't sleep. You start getting mentally exhausted. Then you start making bad decisions. Then you start getting dizzy. Get enough sleep. Get into camp by 5 or 6 or before. Make sure you're getting to sleep by 8 or 9, getting up. If you're an early riser, that still gives you 8 or 9 hours of sleep time before you're getting up to start your day. I'm not here to tell you what time of day to sleep. I'm a fall asleep at sunset, wake up before sunrise kind of person. It's just how my body reacts when I'm out there in nature. But you do what you need to do. Just get enough of it. Get enough rest. And that's another thing. Rest during the day. Take a 10, 15-minute break. Eat some snacks. Sit down. I'm another one who's bad about that. I like to stand up when I'm eating. I like to do that, but that's okay. I'm stretching at the same time. Sit down, though, if that helps you. If that helps, just make sure you don't get cramped up, because that can definitely help or hurt the situation as well when you get cramped up. Number 7, the last one, and this is the fun one. Take time. Let this become a spiritual journey for you. Let it refresh you, revive you, renew you. Stop and look at the views. Stop and look at the trees. Stop and look at the wildlife. There are so many different types of forest you go through in any part of our country or of our world on a through hike. Stop and take it in. It's like a restart button every time you go into a new type of forest. Every time you see a new mountain, every time you see a new lake, stop and take it in. Being fresh, being real within yourself and accepting what you're doing in enjoyment, that spiritual side definitely renews you and helps you go longer. I hope this helps somebody. This is what I found in my last several through hikes that helped me. At the end of the day, a recap, and I'm going to read this just to make sure I don't miss anything. Have a reason, have a purpose that you're doing it. Stay mentally strong, stay focused, stay hydrated, eat strong, especially in towns, stretch, get enough sleep, and look at those views, take a breather, take it all in. Until next time, live life.